And we are live.
All right. Bit of a late start there. Sorry about that. So, when we last left off, the party was continuing on their way to the southwest, following the magical compass heading that was tattooed onto one of the party members' arm. As they got closer to what was apparently the Elvish kingdoms, they were stopped by some elves, and surprisingly, were not shot down by the elves, like not shot on sight. So the party backpedaled a bit and then started making their way south to try and go around the border of wherever this elvish kingdom starts. In that time, one of the people of them traveling with the party, a man by the name of Cato, slipped off to follow the elves, not letting the party know that he wasn't coming back until the next day. And so, begrudgingly, the party continued on, and after walking for several hours, uh, found shining in the setting sunlight was the temple that Ramona had seen in her dreams. And that's where we're going to pick right back up. So I guess the question is, are you guys setting up camp, or are you going to try to get to the temple before sunset?
What seems more defendable? I mean, I guess we're going to be in a bubble, but how far is like the forest line to the temple entrance?
The temple seems to just kind of spring up right amongst the forest. The only reason you can really see the temple is because you're kind of standing on a raised bluff near the edge where the forest meets the mountains.
Amity's voting camp.
Yeah, if people are going, because we saw people walk into it, right?
From your vantage point, those with sharp eyes can see that there is movement along the temple area, seemingly people going into the temple.
Yeah, then camping out here would probably be the best idea.
Yeah, we can see if they come back out. Amity will get to work if no one is interrupted.
Bubble it.
Bubble it.
All right, then. What are the watches?
Amity's with Xeris on whatever watch Xeris is taking.
Just whichever watch is not occupied by everybody else then.
We'll let you pick first this time. You never get to pick first.
We'll take third watch.
Woo!
All right, Xeris and Amity on third watch. What are
Since we have the dark vision.
Vanya and Rowan?
I'll take. Ow, did you say they were on first or third? I misunderstood.
We're on third.
I'll take first.
I'll take second. 10.
All right.
You can stick Ramona on first. Rowan.
All right. So Ramona and Rowan on first. Zephyr and Vanya on second, and Zeris and Amity on third. Then, Rowan, I need you to make a perception check.
Wait.
And Josh, can you make one for Ramona?
I most certainly can.
Thank you very much.
As soon as the character sheet loads. Reception.
Okay, interesting. Well, Rowan, I'm assuming you're not going to be trying to have a conversation with Ramona, seeing how
Nope.
Ramona's player isn't here.
Nope.
All right.
She wouldn't
Well,
be having a conversation anyway. She'd just be really sad, looking off into the woods.
let's see here. All right. Your watch goes off with no problems. Second watch. Zephyr, Vanya, and for the first bit, Rowan as well.
Good God.
All right. Rowan and Zephyr, you guys are a bit more perceptive this time. So you notice that at some point in the night, the temple has disappeared.
The fuck?
Huh?
Yeah, they point that out to you as well, Vanya, and you see it. You kind of like step out of the bubble for just a little bit to make sure it's not like a weird kind of like glass making it look weird kind of effect, even though there isn't such effect on the bubble. And sure enough, as you kind of like look closer, looking down at where the temple was, you just see trees and rock as the forest and mountains meet.
What kind of just fear we talking? Like, just straight up just vanishes? Or like a melts to stone sort of thing?
You don't know.
As far as we know,
gone.
it's just gone. Like,
It's just gone.
that's weird. Okay.
Almost like something might have happened on the first watch, but nobody perceived it.
Yay! Yay!
So, Rowan's busy being sad,
Yep. Too busy.
and well,
Where'd it go?
that's weird.
Should we go check it out, or should we just wait and see if it comes back?
I'm concerned about checking it out because what if it comes back while we're there? Is that how magic works?
I don't know.
We're the wrong people to be discussing this.
I know.
Yeah,
Amity.
probably should, wait until everybody's up.
Wait, Nomad, are you there?
Who knows? It might come
Looking
back.
up in the trees.
Nomad.
Nomad. cousin. Hello.
Norma, did you see what happened?
I guess we're on our own. Okay.
Weird. Look like that.
Jeez, at least Kato left a note.
Don't talk about it. It's been a
Sorry,
week
I was
and I'm
muted.
still.
I was muted. My
It still
bad.
hurts, Mike. It
My
still
bad,
hurts.
everyone.
The pain.
Nomad would say no, he didn't see what happened.
Oh, dude, no, Nomad, the temple's gone.
Okay.
Is that not concerning?
Is that concerning?
It's a whole temple and it disappeared. That's not
It's just-
concerning.
It vanished.
It doesn't concern you that the building, it just got.
Gone. It's weird.
Not really.
You don't find that weird?
No.
Okay, to be honest, if it doesn't bug Nomad, then I'm okay. I'm going by.
Have a nice meditation.
Goes back to over to her side of the bubble and
Uh,
by herself.
for all we know, it could just be a defense thing. To try suscitation.
I could not understand a word of that.
Yeah, do you have a different mic, Nestor, or something?
No, like Discord being a pain in the ass.
Ah, okay.
I'm saying, well, it could just be a defense thing. Try to attract less attention that way. And a number of factors. So I figured wait a few hours, perhaps you'll come back in the morning.
But what kind of magic can make an entire temple just disappear like that?
I don't know, Mike. What kind of magic would make a temple disappear like that?
I don't know. Make an Arcana check.
I just want to see. So,
No idea.
it's a mystery.
Wow, that was... I even saw the dice. That was not a pleasant roll.
Well, we'll mention it to Amity when I wake her up. She might have an idea.
Alright. The rest of your watch goes on with no problems. Third watch, you wake up Amity and Xeris.
Amity, do you know anything about any kind of magic that could make the temple disappear?
Why do you say that?
Vanya just points. Because the temple disappeared.
Do I know that? Do I know anything?
Well, it just so happens that you have the very spell that could do such a thing.
It's really late.
I know.
I've been
it's
up
just
for a
you-
really
you've been,
long time.
you've been, yeah, you've been up for a while.
Ugh. I will cast Detect Magic, Mike. Magic Mike? God damn it.
I believe the range on Detect Magic's like 60 feet, and you guys are still miles away.
You know, you're right on that. What am I casting then, Mike?
I believe the spell you're looking for is Legend War.
Yeah, I don't have that.
I was actually. It's not that you have a spell that can tell you what it is. You have a spell that might be what is happening, as in the hallucinatory terrain spell that you have.
Oh, looky there.
That too.
Neato.
Wow.
Thanks, Mike.
You're welcome.
So Amity, she kind of looks at Squints for a minute, and she's like, "I mean, I might know it. It might be still there in the morning."
I'm just gonna trust you on that, and I'm going to go to bed.
Good night.
All right, then I need perception checks from Amity and Xeris. All right. So, any conversation between you two?
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you were gonna say something else first. Yeah. So she picks up Marmalade and kind of just pets her, and she's like, "Hey, hey, Xeris. It's been a while."
Yeah, it has.
Yeah. So, how are you?
I'm good, and yourself?
I'm good. I noticed that you don't really talk ever. Um, so I'm just people like talking about themselves. So if you think of any questions, feel free to ask. I'm at least myself. I'm a pretty open book. I just don't like to talk unless I'm asked.
I can understand that. And I'm sorry I don't talk that much. It's just, with everything that's happened in my life, it's just I try and keep the lowest profile. So I tried for the longest time not to make friends and not to get too attached to people and not try and talk to, give myself away. So I'm just so used to being quiet. I'm just still not used to this trusting people and actually being open and talking that much. So I apologize.
I mean, there's no need to apologize. I'm very slow to trust as well. But talking makes it easier to trust. Um, so I mean, if you have any questions for me, feel free to ask. Uh, I don't know much about your life either, so feel free to share anything, I guess. She's like very awkward.
Well, I mean, same for you. If you have any questions for me, feel free to ask, and I'll ask you. What happened to you? What kind of school did you go to, and what happened before getting here? I guess.
Oh, well, I grew up in a little town called Sunspuddle. Um, I I went. My parents were well off enough to be able to send me to school, and I went and studied for a long time, and then I came home and they were missing, and um, my parents, that is, they're missing, and so I was kind of homeless for a little while, and I met a wizard that was running a shop, so I worked for him, and then he died. So but now my life isn't really that exciting. A lot of reading, really.
Well, it's not bad. I mean, it could be worse, in all honesty.
Oh, it could be a lot worse. I don't know what took parents, or what killed them, or if they're dead. But I mean, I could be in their situation right now, which would be worse than here, probably.
Yeah, it's true. And I already
What
know
what
my parents are dead, so I know the feeling.
Yeah. I mean, how did you grow up?
I grew up in a place called Old Ashton, if you've ever heard of it. Probably not, though.
Mm.
It's not that big. But yeah, I grew up there, went to school, and was out shopping with my parents one day, and my mom saw something that she shouldn't have. She saw the sergeant of the town guard getting killed, and we
Oh,
tried we tried to report it to the rest of the guard, but well, my parents did, and apparently the guard was in on it, and they chased my parents down and killed them. I was able to get back to the house, grab a couple things, but they made it to the house, and I was able to skip out and been kind of hiding in disguise ever since, so they don't find me.
that's unfortunate. I mean, hopefully they're not still after you.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I was always red when you first met me. I didn't
Yeah.
know who they knew, I didn't know who was part of them, and I don't know if they're still looking for me or not. I mean, possibly not now, but I
Were
mean,
your parents tieflings?
yes.
My mom was.
What was your dad?
He was a human.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Only my mom didn't look like a tiefling. She kind of I don't know what happened to her, but I mean, she didn't have a tail or horns. I don't know. But yeah, you know, trusting people and stuff. Thank you for telling me more about yourself.
Oh, yes, and thank you for telling me about yourself and actually getting me to talk. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try and talk more. It's just like I said. I'm not used to it, and it's just I may just be silent. It's just force of habit. It's just because I always try to keep a low profile. So I will try to talk
Would
more in the future, though.
would Marmalade bring you out of your shell and like the ferret like goes over?
She might,
She's real cute.
and I'll pet her. Marmalade, not Amity.
God.
That would just be weird.
And like you and me are the only tieflings around, so it might be good to have more of a rapport, just in case of anything. I don't know.
Yeah, I
Uh,
understand that.
kinship, that kind of thing.
Yeah, well, like I said, I'll try and ask more questions. I'll try and speak up and talk more. It's just force of habit. If I slip back into it, I apologize.
Oh, it's I understand. Everything's good. And I think she wouldn't really talk much after that.
Yeah, same.
All right. Then your watch goes off with no problems. Everyone gains the benefit of a long rest. And as you look down into the valley, the temple is still gone.
Sweet.
Lovely.
Everybody's gonna be like, all right, let's go check it out. I think it's still there. I can do something similar.
Okay.
Wait, are we still all gonna look like ourselves? Or
I mean,
didn't we want to keep that hidden?
I I can cast that again. That's fine.
I think that it might be at least worth
Yeah.
casting on myself and Rowan. And is Nomad here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can cast it on whoever wants it. So it doesn't matter. I don't have a limited number. So she will cast seeming.
All right. So, casting seeming, what are you making people look like?
I mean, I'm just gonna assume the same that I have been.
I don't remember what it was.
I think we were all just like normal looking humans.
Oh, like humans? Okay.
Yeah. Like ourselves, but humans.
Sure. All right. So, everyone looking like a normal human, you all start making your way down through the rocky crags of forest in the direction of where the temple last was. And a couple hours later, you've gone down to like the valley where you saw it, although now you don't really know where to look.
If it were here, would we still be able to touch?
Is it just me or did Discord go very quiet?
Yeah, I'm looking up
Oh, okay.
things.
I wasn't sure.
Mm. The tactile characteristics of the terrain are unchanged. It's a 300-foot range, so.
So if I just say, picked up a rock and threw the rock.
Can you repeat that?
Oh, sorry, I also
You're fine.
started nodding halfway through. Doesn't help any. If I just say picked up a rock and threw it, would just like bounce off of nothing.
It will. Mm-hmm. It says. I mean, I'm assuming so, just because it says the characteristics of the terrain remain unchanged. The tactile characteristics remain unchanged, so creatures entering the area are likely to see through the illusion.
Are we actually close to where the temple was?
Hard to say. You know that you're in the same kind of like valley between the forest and the mountains that it was in, but you don't like now that you're closer, you're not sure exactly where it was.
I suppose we could also have Ramona reactivate her rune to see if it's still pointing right here.
Oh yeah, we could. I could also try to dispel magic, but I don't know if it's right here or not.
I can use detect magic and see if it's anywhere around here. But I'd say let's try the rune first. If Ramona's okay with that, of course.
I have a feeling that she would be okay with it. So she will burn her sorcery point to light up the rune, and it does kind of point in a direction a bit closer to the mountains, and so you guys start going that way.
All right.
And after walking for a minute or two, in a kind of blink and you miss it moment, suddenly you are walking through the forest, and then like you take a step forward, and all of a sudden the temple just appears right in front of you, before your eyes.
Oh my god.
Oh,
That was sudden.
Oh, guess I won't have to detect magic after all.
yeah, I guess
Guess not.
that's a question.
Just curious, what would happen if one stepped a few steps back?
You take a few steps back, and the temple disappears, as well as the rest of the party.
Oh, that is trippy.
Do you see anybody around?
Yes, as you kind of take a look around, like looking at the temple, you can see that there is like one big kind of temple, then a bunch of kind of smaller chambers around like a courtyard area, and you can see several robed elves walking around the courtyard, moving from place to place, as if they have some kind of task that they are trying to accomplish.
Do they seem to have seen us?
You notice a couple of them kind of like in your direction, but they don't really seem to pay you any mind.
Are they like trying to find a not terrible way to ask this question? Are they elves or um, are they drow?
They are non-drow elves.
Wow.
There's not a good way to say it, is there?
Yeah, I was like, it was like normal would make drow seem abnormal, and I also didn't want to be like white because like not all non-drow are white. So yeah, they are non-drow elves.
Cool. Thank you for joining me on that awkward journey.
Jesus.
Thank you for pulling me under the bus.
Yep. Taking you right down.
How many can we see?
You look around, and at least in this courtyard area, about a dozen, maybe a dozen and a half.
Wait, do they see us?
Yes.
Oh, they just don't care?
Yeah, they don't seem to pay you any mind.
Huh. What do we do?
Does that mean we should just walk in?
Yeah, do you think we can?
I mean, if we couldn't, you'd think they'd be like, "Oh, hold up."
That's true. Start walking towards door.
Well, we can definitely walk in, but I'd say let's not be, weapons in hand or anything like that.
Rowan
making
is
it look
walking towards the door.
Bye.
I am following also, since I also do not have weapons.
As you
No matter my
guys
fists.
start moving, Nomad just speaks up and says, "Well, seeing as you guys are going in there, and I am not going in there, see you later."
Wait, Nomad, why aren't you going in here?
I don't do temples.
Well, just, I don't know, stand at the door and, like, one foot in, one foot out.
No.
Well, then don't leave. What if we need something like help? Then you'll be far.
I'll be around.
But don't go.
Mm.
This is why Kato left a note.
Yeah, no.
Will we be able to find you again?
Yeah, probably.
Yes or no, Nomad. I need yes
I
or
think
no.
it's probably more accurate that he'll be able to find us.
That's probably true.
Not like you guys are hard to find.
Okay, but like you promise you're not gone forever, right?
Okay.
Promise, Nomad.
Promise.
I mean, fine forever.
I just mean like when we come back out of this temple, you'll still be around.
Or here, no. No.
Well, not here, but like we'll once we're away from the temple, you know, a little bit that you'll come back, like before the end of the day, depending, or like tomorrow.
We'll see.
Nomad. No.
Ugh. You're impossible.
Just don't die.
We will try not to. Same for you.
Stay safe. I guess we're going in.
Looks like it.
As you turn around, after saying your goodbyes to Nomad, you find that there is a elf priest standing there waiting patiently.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. Um,
Beautiful temple.
yeah.
Thank you.
Very temple like. Is this built to a specific god in particular?
Oh yes.
And
That
that
would
would be
be
This temple is to Ioun, the knowing mistress.
Sort of looking around at the group like anyone? Anyone?
Amy's just like shaking her head a little bit.
Are we allowed to enter?
Oh, we've been expecting you.
Oh, what? Wait, what?
Huh?
Yes. I wanted to wait for you to say your goodbyes. Partially because I didn't know which 6 of you I was expecting. Now that he's gone, now I know.
Um,
Who told you we were coming?
Oh, the Grand Seer. She's waiting for you.
Hmm.
okay.
Zaros just mutters under his breath, why in God's name does it seem like everybody knows what we're doing except for us?
Because that's exactly what's happening.
I'm starting to share Nomad's views on temple.
Well, lead the way, I guess.
Yeah.
He nods and starts moving towards the large temple at the far end of the courtyard.
We follow.
Yep.
As you're walking, he says, I'm glad you were able to find the place. We had to take some precautions. The Grand Seer had been informed that there were significant dangers growing in the world.
We're under the impression that the world kind of sucks right now, but we've been trapped in a jungle for how long now?
A
2 months?
while.
Too long.
Does this temple have a name by any chance?
Yes, this is the... Trying to decide if I want to go, like, vague with it, or just, like, just go ahead and say it's the temple of that thing. Yeah, I'm just going to say it's the temple. This is the Temple of Axiom.
Oh.
Axiom. Okay. What does that mean?
Oh, well, we serve the Oracle of Axiom.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Who's that? What do they do?
Oh, that's something that you'll have to ask the Grand Seer about.
And is the Grand Seer different from the Oracle?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Eventually, you guys get to the temple because it's not like a far walk. This elf just seems to be walking very slowly,
Mm-hmm.
just kind of like he's not really in a hurry or anything.
Is there anything like painted on the walls or whatnot?
Well, make a perception check.
Who?
Fine.
Oh. He sees every
everything.
piece of
Tell
dust.
me about all that art.
Yeah, there's not really like a lot of like artistic like murals or anything. You do, however, notice that there are a lot of iconography of eyes. There's like an eye over each doorway. You notice that on the robes that all these elves are wearing, there's a symbol of an eye, and then ablazoned above the large temple, you see that there are the depiction of three eyes, two right next to each other, as a normal person's face would have, and then a third eye, kind of make like a triangle with the other two, so it's above it, as if it was on someone's forehead.
Guess we mosey down the hallway with him.
Well, this is all outside. I hadn't started describing the inside yet.
Cool.
So, he leads you into the interior of the great temple. And inside you see more of these robed elves. All of them are some of them are in like quiet meditation. Others you see reading scrolls. And you notice that on the interior walls of this whole temple, you see hundreds, thousands of little cubbies that you see like one person like goes over and opens and pulls out a scroll, and you get the realization that this temple seems to be like a very old form of a library.
Hmm.
And this elf who's leading you takes you through this great big area of all these other elves in the process of doing meditation and reading, and you come to a set of double doors, and he says, "The Grand Seer will be waiting for you in here."
Thank you. Amity's pretty much intrigued now.
Vanya's just nervous.
The elf just kind of stands there, waiting patiently as you stand there looking at the door.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's our cue to walk
we'll
in.
go. We'll go.
This is our cue to walk in. We'll just go.
All right. So everyone goes inside. Inside you see, it doesn't look like a holy person's abode. It looks a lot more like a study. And you can see that there is a large desk with all manner of scrolls and papers littering it. And you see sitting behind it is a elven woman in kind of similar robes to the others that you had seen at this temple, although hers seem a little bit more elaborate, as it seems to be she's higher standing within the temple. And she says, "Ah, there you are. How was the trip?"
Um,
Eventful?
Yeah, but I'd say eventful.
Well, that's not surprising. There's a lot of stuff happening in the world right now. She says that she kind of like gestures to some of the scrolls on her desk.
Yeah.
Well, before we get started, do you have any questions? Hopefully, I can answer them.
What are we doing?
So many.
Yeah, there's quite a few.
All right. The first one was
What are we doing?
what you're doing here.
Yeah.
Well, your well, first, which one of you is the keeper of the mark?
Point to Ramona.
Just points to Ramona.
Ah, well, you see, your friend here, she has been marked because someone who was on a mission wasn't able to finish that mission, and so they've passed it along to your friend.
Do you know what the mission is?
I don't.
Oh,
That is information I am not privy to.
Yay.
Do you know why it was leading us here then?
So you could find out what the mission is.
But you don't.
Oh no, that's not for me to tell you. That is for the Oracle to inform you.
Huh.
Okay.
Can we see the Oracle?
Oh, of course. If you don't have any other questions, we can jump right to it.
I think this is just leaving more questions than answers.
We have so
Hold on,
many questions. We only asked one.
I do. No, I have more. People keep saying that the world is kind of going to shit, but all we know is that we were on a boat and it crashed and we ended up here. What exactly is going on?
How do I put this in a easy to digest way?
Good news then bad news?
Well, if we had good news. um Not that long ago, a kind of seal that had been keeping in a great evil was released, and in doing so, that has opened up uh, the realm for all manner of creature to converge on the prime plane. There have been undead, devils, demons, other things that I don't know how to begin to describe. And soon, um, the greatest evil that has plagued this realm, the betrayer gods, will eventually make their way to the plane as well.
That that that's sorry, that is terrible news.
Yes.
Who the hell opened this seal?
That we do not know.
There's also the fact of I think that they think y'all needed a better seal.
Well, it was, as far as I am aware, it was made by uh, one of the greatest architects of the founding, but it seems over time the pieces that kept the seal working eroded and it eventually broke.
So like all things, nothing lasts forever.
Exactly.
Okay, so everything has been let out to have its way with prime material plane. Um, Potential betrayer gods gonna be set upon the world. Anything else?
Well, that's everything that has been on this plane before that seems to be on its way. Anything else is completely alien to this plane, and so I have no idea if it's on its way or not.
What of, you know, our prime deities? What's their deal right now?
Oh, they are working to prevent all of that.
And by working, is it, you know, making progress in a direction that is positive in nature?
I would assume so.
Okay.
That is more information that I am not privy to in my position.
Okay, so, hopefully people we worship are actually making progress in a direction and not just sitting on some thrones waiting for stuff to play out and then intervene.
Maybe this is try.
I think it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's great.
Sorry, what was that, Kayla? I didn't catch that.
Um, um, just that maybe something. I don't even remember what I said.
Oh, okay.
So sorry. It wasn't important.
Just okay, what exactly is this place besides what seems like a library?
Oh, well, this is a temple to the knowing mistress.
Okay. Also, another question. Where is here? We've sort of just been wandering in a direction on this place without knowing the grander place we're on.
Oh, well, this is a mountain range to the south of the Elvish Kingdom on the continent known as Guisar.
It's good information.
We're, I'd say, roughly in the middle of the continent.
Okay. Also good information. Anyone else with questions besides me?
What can you tell us about the oracle?
About the what?
About the oracle.
What would you like to know?
Is the oracle?
The Oracle is a ancient being that has been around since the founding.
And they just know things?
Yes, that is the gift that was bestowed upon them by the knowing mistress long ago for a great service that they gave during the founding.
Let me just say this is probably the best temple we have actually walked in because answers to questions are available here.
Then maybe it's time we just talk to this oracle. Anybody else have questions?
Yeah, I'm good.
Mine are more existential. I'm good.
All right, great. Well, we're making good time. I thought you might have more questions, but I guess that's fine. So,
What do you mean by making good time?
oh, don't worry about it.
Oh,
So
we're worrying about it.
I'm worried. I'm worried. Everyone think of questions.
Oh,
What
maybe
is
not.
going on? No, I'm joking.
Maybe
What is
maybe less
76
questions.
plus? Wait,
You could always hit him with the what is the meaning of life?
We could also
That's
ask
too
him.
simple.
42.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it's 40.
Come on, everybody knows that.
except the people that didn't read the book or see the movie.
I feel like there will eventually be a tally for how many times we reference hitchhikers.
So, if there are no other questions, then I will lead you to your starting point.
starting point?
What does that mean?
Well, you have to get to the Oracle, and in order to go somewhere, you have to start somewhere.
But you
Also,
made it sound like it's a test or something.
No, the test comes later.
What? Now, what kind of test?
I like that she has a sense of humor about this.
I don't.
I feel like Amity's got test anxiety.
She 100% has test anxiety. She has anxiety, period.
She's like,
Would that be her nightmare? Would it be a book report?
She has anxiety. Whenever she gets anxiety, she gets anxiety.
Me. This is me.
A real thing.
This is literally me.
I relate to Amity too well right now. It's like, which one?
I'm just channeling my inner anxiety to play Ambient.
Yeah, there you go.
Why are we going? What are we doing there? Why are we being tested?
And which kind of test is it?
I didn't ask for this. What subject is the test going to be on?
Why didn't I study?
Yeah, you should have told me yesterday. I would have crammed.
Oh no, calm down, dear. This isn't a test that you can study for.
It's not
That makes
reassuring.
us feel so much better.
Oh no, it's just pass or fail. That's even worse.
With that, she starts leading you out of her office. And she leads you into a different part of the temple that as you go outside, you find there's actually like a garden in the center of the temple where people are currently sitting on benches reading in the sunlight. She kind of nods at different monks as she's making her way.
You know, the occasional sup.
And in the center of the garden is a obelisk that stretches high above the roof of the temple. You actually remember seeing this obelisk kind of poking out of the temple when you saw the temple earlier.
Is the obelisk that Ramona saw in her vision?
It is one and the same.
The obelisk and the temple are the same building.
What's that?
So the obelisk and the temple are just the same thing.
The obelisk is within the temple. It's in a
Ah.
garden in the center of the temple.
Okay. That's a interesting design.
And you can see carved into the side of the obelisk, in Elvish script for those who speak Elvish, which I believe is a lot of the party.
Yeah, it's
Not Amity.
if there
Not me.
More confused.
many of us can translate.
You see, it says in the Elvish script, knowledge is earned.
Is there a picture of a cat hanging on a branch too?
No, that's in a different part of the temple. The Grand Seer leads you just below where this carving in Elvish is. You see that there is a small triangular hole in the base of the obelisk, and she gestures to it and looks at Ramona and says, if you will, can you please place your hand right here?
Okay. I'll do the thing.
Amity gives her a pat on the back when she passes.
Zephyr just gives you like the positive thumbs up. Like, you got this.
Oh, by the way, Ramona, we did use one of your sorcery points to light up the compass because they were having a hard time finding the temple when it was hidden by an illusion.
Okay.
So just mark that accordingly.
Oh, you didn't mark it already?
I mean, unless Josh did, I didn't.
No, I did not.
Okay, cool. Got it. It's fine, I got plenty left.
All right. Which hand are you putting in the hole?
The one with the thing.
Okay.
Which is...
I really thought it would have been funny if like you put like the wrong hand, like no, the other one.
Oh, jeez. Hey, man, I'm not dumb.
No, you place your hand in the hole and you watch as the lit up rune of the compass heading that has. Kayla, if you're going to reposition, you
Sorry.
because that was really loud.
Yeah, it was cutting over everything he was saying.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So as you place your hand on into the hole, you see the lit up rune of the compass heading that has been pointing you towards this obelisk. Apparently, just suddenly move down your arm, down your hand, and across your fingers, and go into the obelisk, and it's gone.
Hey!
And you see at the top of the obelisk a similarly colored light flare up, and then a beam of light goes shooting out of the obelisk up into the mountains.
Ooh.
What?
Is that supposed to happen?
Why?
All right, well, there you go. Follow the light, and it will lead you to the oracle.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, it's one of those quests.
We should do that then,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, we should probably just start walking. It seems like time might matter.
Yeah.
Well, good luck.
Thank you.
Okay.
We'll try to
Fortunately,
be here when you get done.
before you get one more question. Are there any, just curious, are there any volcanoes in the area that we should worry about?
I'm sorry, the time for questions is over. It's time for you to go on your way.
Okay.
All right, going.
Bye.
Bye.
Should have asked when she was taking questions. All right, so you guys head out of the temple, and start making your way to the south towards the mountains, following the bright light of the beacon leading into the mountains. And about like an hour later, uh you've reached the kind of rocky crags leading up the mountains, and you notice that there is not like a clear path at all leading into the mountains.
Oh no.
Hmm.
Hmm. I don't like this.
I feel like we've had this problem before.
I think we have. Maybe it'll be different this time.
Maybe we have those flying things.
And we have like
Sky sails, that's what they were called.
we have like permission, I guess. No. Maybe.
I don't know.
Just curious. How much weight could, say, a wolf spider hold on its back? Giant wolf spider.
Well, what's the size of it?
It's a medium creature.
All right. And what is its strength score?
All right, 1 second. It is. Come on, D&D Beyond, don't fail me now. It is a +1 strength creature, so 12.
12? All right.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm doing math in my head.
Is
Can carry 180 pounds.
anyone here within the 180 pound range?
Anybody raises her hand.
So does Ramona.
So does Vanya.
Most of us.
Most of us are.
Damn, 15 pounds too heavy.
I was just gonna. I'll tell the party. I could, if we need to go up the mountain, summon some creatures that we could ride up.
That might be helpful.
Can we
Yeah,
can we
good
not
work.
use the sky sails?
I mean, that's just in case. How long does fly last on a sky sail? Like what?
10
Minute?
minutes?
10 minutes. It's the
minutes?
normal cast duration of the spell, so 10 minutes.
But it takes a minute for it to be brought out and created and finished before you can fly it.
It
Well-
takes a few.
Can you bring it out and set it up and then cast fly? And then
Well,
go?
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying
You
if
have to do it that way.
Yeah.
I'm just saying if we're going up and we start falling, we can't just bring the sky sails out. It's something that we need at least a minute to prep.
Yeah. So maybe we start with them then.
That's what I was thinking.
Just in case I can do this thing. It'll last about an hour. I don't know how much ground we'll be able to cover in that time, though.
Well, maybe we sky sail first and then
Mm-hmm.
land and do the thing.
Yeah, see how far this guy says take us. Okay. Taking mine out, setting it up.
Me too.
So that's 10-minute setup time.
Eh,
It'll be fine.
ye-
So you guys taking your sky sails?
Sounds like it.
Yep.
All right. So you set up your sky sails, step on them. Each of you cast the fly spell using it, and go flying up into the mountains. And say roughly 5 minutes into your flying, you guys get to where the beam of light from the temple is leading you. On the side of a bluff, you find a much smaller obelisk sitting in front of a triangle-shaped cave that looks kind of eerily like almost man-made.
Does this one have any writing on it?
It does. As you go to land, you check the obelisk to see if it has any writing on it, and it does, in fact, once again in Elvish, say, "To get to the end, you must know the beginning."
huh.
Perhaps do the same thing you did last time, Ramona?
I uh is there a spot?
There is no spot to put your hand, and also no rune on your hand to use it with.
Yeah, that's what I was also kind of
Mhm.
thinking.
Could we just
Alright.
go in then?
I mean, I could just try like touching it, but I don't think that would do anything.
Do you touch it?
Yes, just go hand.
All right, Ramona.
Oh no!
As you touch it, nothing happens.
Hooray!
Knew that was coming.
I was waiting for the roll the con save. I was waiting for a roll all of the saves.
Well, hey guys, I saw this a triangle entrance in my vision, so that's good.
Oh, that is
Yeah,
good.
maybe.
Was it? Probably take a look around the area.
Taking a look around the area.
Yeah, I'll take a look around.
All right, make investigation check.
I'll give him guidance.
Thank you, Zarius.
Desperately needed.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
All right,
I even
Oh.
saw it. I even saw the potential roll, and he's just like, nope.
so as you take a look around this bluff, around the obelisk, and around the entrance to the cave, you find a small pile of rocks that seem to have like it's kind of pointing towards something, but you're not sure what.
Maybe we should just walk into the cave.
I just realized that with wild shape, I can now actually transform into stuff that flies.
Exciting.
Probably best to read the entirety of your class feature.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's your responsibility to know your character's abilities.
It's a long friggin' feature, okay?
So what are you guys doing?
I think we should just go into Triangle Cave.
I agree.
I agree.
Triangle Cave sounds good.
Alright.
Triangle Cave it is.
Okay. You guys go into Triangle Cave, as you affectionately call it. And after walking for a bit, the little bit of light from outside goes out. So
Oh no.
Ramona and Zephyr are blind now.
I got those goggles. I got dark
Oh,
vision.
that's right, you have
50 feet.
goggles. So Ramona, you are blind.
I have the drift globe that was given to me. I will activate it.
All right. So a bright light fills the cavern,
Light.
and
Go-
you can see that this cavern of that stretches on has this kind of triangle pattern the whole way down, and you walk for about 120 feet into the cave when it comes to a staircase that descends down about 60 feet.
keep going.
What if we're like starting at the end? Because it was like you have to know the beginning. So we're supposed to like come up these stairs?
Oh,
But
maybe.
yeah.
Well, maybe we have to like make our way the whole way around, like
Okay.
all the way in and then all the way back out. I don't know.
Oh, maybe. Let's go down the stairs.
Okay. So you guys go down the stairs, and as you get to the bottom of the stairs, you can see that the triangular tunnel opens up into a circular room. And you can see that there is a circular pool of water in the center of this room with like a metal band around the water.
Does this pool of water look oddly familiar?
Familiar to what?
The other pool of water that I saw.
Last week.
Oh, yeah.
No,
To the-
this is a perfect circle where the pool of water that you saw was more of a pond.
Right.
Okay, thank
Are
you.
you asking if it is similar in nature to one you've seen before?
I mean, I just wanted to know if they look the same.
Kato.
I got a bad feeling.
Don't say that name here!
I'm sorry.
Why would you say that name?
Where's Kato?
Where's Kato?
When did Batman get here?
Dr. Fishy, no!
Take a look.
Is it just like a room with a pool of water in it?
It's a circular chamber, yes.
Okay, so a room with a pool of water in it. All right. Sorry, I didn't mean to Get all up in your fantasy lingo. A chamber. A circular chamber. Okay, so it's a fucking room. Alright, thanks.
Wow.
Sorry, my Discord started working perfectly fine just for this moment, so I just had to sort of jump in on that.
Gotcha.
Up until this point, I had no idea what the fuck was going on.
Yeah, as you guys kind of get closer to the water, you can see that on the other side of the pool of water, on the far wall of this chamber, you see the glint of a metallic plaque that the light of your drift globe is bouncing off of.
Are there any is there any like symbols on the walls or anything on the walls or on the floor, the ceiling?
Nope.
Is there anything on the plaque?
There are. Would you like to
Ooh.
get closer?
Yes.
Amity would like to.
Going over.
Ron's gonna take her staff and poke the floor.
Okay.
I'm casting
Like a
Mage
walking stick for the blind. Poke, 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 poke in front of her.
Armor. I'm casting
Okay.
Mage Armor.
Hey, this is why you buy a 10-foot pole.
Mm-hmm.
Or a collapsible 10-foot pole.
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
stick.
Who needs caution?
And I'm gonna
So,
poke my way all the way around to the plaque.
alright. So as you guys get closer to the plaque, you can see that there is some writing on the plaque. What languages does everyone know?
Alright, everyone, click your buttons.
Buttons.
I love it when Discord closes your carrot. I love it when Roll20 closes the carrot sheet. It's great.
Yeah, that's fun.
Alright. So, this is a language that none of you
How
can
the
read.
fuck?
How?
Hooray! There's a lot
I
of
figured
overlap.
I figured we covered
10
like a
minutes.
majority of the.
I mean, you've got some good coverage, but you don't know all of them.
Give me 10
And-
minutes and I can figure it out.
Alright.
Thank you, Zaris, for taking a spell that none of us thought to take.
While he does that, I'm just gonna
Maybe not all of us can.
go look at the pool. Around the pool, see if there's anything weird in this room.
Just try not to get us in trouble while I'm casting the spell.
I
Sure.
want to look in the water as well.
And he begins his cast.
Sure. Was that Rowan and Ramona are going to the water?
Yeah.
I'll go
Alright.
with them.
Okay.
The room.
Anybody that is going to the water can make a perception check as they look into the water.
Alright. I'll do it too.
I'll just be over here, defending Zaris in case things go wrong.
In case the plaque eats him.
Hey,
stranger things
mimics
have
are
happened.
everywhere, man.
It's a plaque mimic. It's a small one. Little baby mimic.
Black mimic.
Alright.
Bite your arms off.
Rowan, Ramona, and Vanya, as you look into the water, you can see that the circular water seems to descend straight down like a cylinder, farther than the light can cover. However, Rowan, with your dark vision, you can see that it does end about 100 feet down.
And do I see anything at the bottom?
Not with that check. The three of you would also notice that it's a little hard to tell with the drift globe, but you can kind of tell that the water itself seems to be giving off like a little bit of dim light.
Spooky.
Spoopy indeed.
Rowan, do you want to try poking it?
But let's wait for the translation first, in case it literally says "Don't touch the pool."
Oh, my hand's like already out about.
Yeah. He like grabs her by the fingers and is like, "Ramona, no."
It's one of those caution plaques you can't read.
Yeah,
One of
it's in
those
like a different
warnings.
language, and you're like, "Ah, shit." This
It's like
either says like grants 3 wishes or you're gonna die.
Beware of dog. Wait, there's a dog here?
What
Where?
dog? He's
All
a
right.
field.
So,
Well,
Xeris,
sit around for 10 minutes.
you cast your spell, and after that time, you put your hand to the plaque and watch as the foreign symbols start to change into a language that you can read. And you find that the message, even translated from whatever language it was when you couldn't read it, seems to rhyme somehow. And it says, "Knowledge dost billow, all realms are the shore. The sky a window, the water a door."
Knowledge does billow. What was the part?
I got it all. Hang on.
Yeah, feel free to.
It's in the notes.
Oh, yeah. I just saw
That's
it
what we have
update.
it for.
Yeah. Knowledge does billow, all realms are the shore. Realms. The sky a window, the water a door.
I would let the party know what it said.
All right. You do so.
And it does say no dogs allowed. Just fuck with them.
Good thing we don't have a dog then.
Hey! We've got a ferret and a dragon.
Very different from dogs.
So if this water's a door, it's a door to what?
Are we gonna jump in and find out? I'm scared. I can't swim.
Can you give us...
Oh, really?
It's canon now.
Can you...
Oh, no.
That's gonna make this whole next part very difficult.
Is there any other? Is there any other door?
No, you don't understand. This whole thing is like a water temple thing. It's a lot of swimming.
All right then. She can doggy paddle.
So the only door is the one we came in, right? There's nothing else. No, there are like exits to this room.
Well, there wasn't any door when you walked in. It was just an open cavern.
No, right. Well, you know what I mean. From whence we came.
Well, I just don't want you to go down the wrong line of thinking where it's like, well, it can't be the water because we came through a door.
I just mean
already.
like, other than where we came from, there's no other way out.
Correct.
Okay. Out of this cavern chamber in circular form.
Mike, does any of that come up in stuff we might already know, like in terms of like realms, water being doors, stuff like that? Does any of that come up in anything we might have read or studied?
It does not.
Is there a roof to this room? And is it fancy?
Did you guys give it a skylight?
Yes.
This room seems to have like a dome-like ceiling, and there is nothing on the ceiling.
Okay, cool.
Alright,
Well,
To
I think we
take
have to
out-
jump in the water.
Okay, hold on. Does anybody have more rope? I have 50 feet. Does anybody have any more?
I have 50 feet.
I also have 50 feet.
Okay, I think we only need I only need the 100. It's only 100 feet deep. So,
Hmm.
one of you give me your rope.
I also could summon like a bunch of fish, have them go in, then come back.
Can't you literally transform into a fish?
But
Or like
I
a
want to
frog or
jump in
something?
the water.
Ramona, you're not going first, so wait.
I was just wondering in case, we don't want to risk any of, like, each other
I mean,
for the sake of curiosity.
pretty sure we're meant to go this way, so.
Yeah,
Really,
so I'm
they
gonna
sent
jump
us
in the
down here.
water.
Ramona, no!
No.
If she
Stopping
tries
you.
to jump in the water, I am holding my action to grab her out of the air.
You're gonna
Okay, I guess make an opposed grapple check.
Oh, jeez.
grapple
Athletics
against.
for Rowan versus
Ah, fuck!
either athletics or acrobatics for Ramona.
Ah, come on! Why did I get the choice?
I believe in you, Ramona.
Because you're the one trying to grab
I
her. It's always
know.
athletics for the grappler.
Ah!
Yeah.
Ah!
It worked anyway.
Fantastic.
Okay, so this is what happens. Like, Ramona goes running towards the water. Rowan goes to grab her and, like, kind of trips and falls, but then, like, grabs Ramona's foot as she runs by and she just face plants.
Ramona, what did I just say? You're not going first.
Sometimes you just have to trust, man.
I trust, but I don't trust you not getting, like, impaled by something and dying.
I think we should just go down, though. I don't see the reason in wasting resources when we know we have to go down here.
We can totally go down. It's just this one's not going first.
You want me
I
to do
point at
like,
Ramona.
Like, glare.
you want me to do something like large and amphibious? Tie something to me, then go?
I mean, maybe not huge, but just, amphibious and swim.
Alright.
Yeah, I would stay, like, person-sized.
Yeah,
Possible.
nothing too big. In case there's, like, a hole or something. So just go down, check and see if there's, like, some place to go through, like, a hole or something, or if there's anything down there, and then come back up.
Alright. I have an excuse to use the giant frog.
I think we should just go.
Oh, and here I thought it was going
Mona!
to shape into a beaver.
I would have picked a beaver.
That's what I would have chosen.
Beavers aren't
Yeah.
amphibious.
They can hold their breath for a long
They can
Yeah,
swim
they
pretty
hold their
damn
breath.
good.
They're really good swimmers.
Yeah, but
Why
they're
would
also,
why would you choose
mammals
something
that require to
that
breathe.
can hold your breath for a long time when you could be something amphibious?
Because beavers are adorable.
Yeah, it's one of those cases where it's
Oh.
like, depending on how deep it goes, having something with lungs is not a good idea. So yeah, Zephyr shifts into a giant frog. I'm assuming also metallic in nature, given the way we've established his vial-shaped looks.
Yep.
Mike, I'm going to refer you to your own picture that you shared.
What's up? Oh, yeah. Thank you. So, Zephyr the frog jumping in.
Yep, unless Rowan wants to tie the rope before I go.
Tie the 100 feet of rope to him. Send him off.
Diving.
Okay. So, you jump into the water and start swimming your way down. Do giant frogs have dark vision?
Yeah, dark vision 30 feet.
Okay,
Has a perception of a 19.
got it. So, did you say 19? Jesus Christ.
Yes, they have passive perception 19. It's ridiculous.
That is ridiculous. Anyway, you go down, and when you get about 70 feet down, you can see near at the bottom of this cylinder, there is a opening at the base that seems to lead off in another direction, like a tunnel.
Alright. I will go back up, give him the thumbs up,
Frogs have thumbs.
Frogs don't have
or
thumbs.
some semblance of a it's safe to go.
Croak.
Go. Yeah.
The frog comes up and croaks at you, and because you have a ranger, she understands.
Yeah. I just tell Vanya, it's safe to go. Follow me.
The frog says we can go.
The frog has a name.
Okay. This is gonna suck.
All right. So, here. Let me double check because I can never remember this. See here. So, what are everybody's Constitution modifier?
+3.
+3.
+2.
+1.
+3.
Yeah.
All right. So, for all of those, oh wait, I don't want to use that source. Hold on a second. Okay. For all of you who are not amphibious creatures. Oh, thank you, Joe.
I'm
It's
also
pinned.
going to put Thorn into the pocket dimension.
That's probably a good idea.
And Mike, just a heads up, I pinned that now so you can reference it if you need it.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yep.
So, for all of you that are not amphibious creatures, you can hold your breath for an amount of minutes equal to 1 plus your Constitution modifier.
Damn.
Damn.
Oh, the one that will have the hardest time with this will be Ramona, who can hold her breath for 2 minutes.
I
Oh.
has ideas. It's okay.
You have ideas? Is
Yes.
good. This is good. This is good.
My question is, what is water like in the ethereal?
You have no idea.
Well, now's the time to find out.
Maybe if we get the long enough rope, we can go the whole way through. And
Keep in
then
mind, there's
once
still a rope around me, so you guys can. You have a beacon to follow.
I'm just saying, once somebody's through, or once a few people are through, we can have Ramona hold on to it and then pull her through as fast as possible with all of us pulling.
Got it. I finally killed the mosquito.
Good job.
So,
Just an
as
option.
you guys all start descending down, swimming at a pace of about 15 feet per round, because none of you have swimming speeds except for the frog.
Yeah. Sorry. Not sorry.
Oof. Poor Tori.
Wow. Both Tories are having issues today.
Hey, I'm not having issues. Get out
No,
of here.
it's just the one Tory.
All
I
right,
was
yeah.
just late.
You weren't the only one. It's okay.
Yeah.
So, about 30 seconds later, you guys have made your way to the bottom of the cylinder, and start making your way down this tunnel. It's about 10 feet wide and 10 feet high. And at about the 1 minute mark, well, I mean, I guess Rowan would see it first, but she doesn't really have any way of conveying that information. So, everybody but the frog and Ramona would see about would see like Rowan like gesturing to something, and then as you keep going about 60 feet down the tunnel from where you guys are currently at, you see what looks like some plant life kind of drifting through the water, kind of moving back and forth, kind of like seaweeds. And it seems to fill the entirety of the tunnel.
Is it passable?
I mean, you have to go through it. Like it's not like blocking the way, but it's filling the tunnel.
Stop it! Don't touch my F keys, cat.
I'm just
All right.
gonna make a motion that we need to keep.
All right. I'm gonna try and convey to Vanya to like hold on to like keep it on the rope while I keep going past it.
I gesture very emphatically to like my throat and like lung area and make some sort of motion that we don't have a lot.
Yeah. Quickly gonna try and get past it.
All right. So as everybody quickly starts swimming down the tunnel, with the clock ticking on their oxygen supply, as you start making your way through the plant life, you see each of the you see like the plants kind of moving back and forth, and then a couple of the plants have like little blossoms that start to glow with a pinpoint of red light before they strike out at you, and I need everybody to make a dex save.
Oh, great.
Amity, god damn it. +4.
Okay.
I'm
let's
right with you,
see
buddy.
here.
We'll die together.
Okay.
Best friends forever.
All right.
Welcome, Zarasaurus. One of us.
This is
We'll all
going
just die
great.
together, it's fine.
It's fine. Never mind. He's
I have
Okay.
I have a really cool backup character I've been working on.
Me
Okay.
too. In fact, I have 3.
I know about 2 of them.
Yes. Don't worry about the last yet.
One of them actually would have been really good in this situation.
Yeah, I know. Don't worry.
I'm assuming for me it's just gonna be like
Dex
D20.
save using your giant frog dexterity.
Mm-hmm. I'm assuming just the score then, right?
Yeah, if it doesn't have a modifier to the dex save on the thing, then it's just your dex.
Ooh, yeah, that's ooh.
I totally should have inspired people before we came down here.
Okay.
Too late
Not
now.
terrible. My dex only took a hit by 1.
Hey Josh, can you roll a dex save for Rowan, seeing how she hasn't noticed?
Sure.
Oh, it's because she's restarting her computer. That's why I didn't see that message.
Yeah. We're working on it.
All right, so Rowan, Zephyr the Frog, and Vanya all dodge out of the way of these plants. Xeris, Ramona, and Amity all get struck.
Ignore that. That was a misclick.
I assume so. I was gonna say, it was like, how are you going to use your not inspiration?
Now my character sheet was acting up. I tried to hit the pencil and I missed.
Gotcha. Yeah. So the three of you will take 13 points of psychic damage. And I need each of you to make a con save, the three that took the damage.
Oof.
I get the feeling like Zephyr kind of looks like a metal Kermit the Frog in a way.
That's a big Kermit the Frog. Xeris, still need one for you, unless it's like your sheet acting up.
Yeah, it is. What did you need? I'm sorry.
It's a con save.
Ooh.
All right.
God damn it.
So, you all watch as Ramona and Xeris, after getting struck by the plants, suddenly lock up. The two of you feel your muscles stop moving, and you see a plop as the air from their lungs escapes their body, and they are now suffocating and paralyzed. So,
Oh, good.
Oh, jeez.
after you lose your air, after you exhaust your air supply, or in this case, lose your air, you will, you have a number of rounds equal to your con modifier
Oh, God.
before you start drowning.
Yep.
Your hit points go to 0, and you can't regain hit points or be stabilized until you can breathe again.
Yeah, we gotta fucking go.
We got to
We
go.
gotta fucking go. Are we like tangled? Or are we okay?
You're not restrained at all.
Okay.
It's just the two of them are paralyzed and aren't moving.
Does anybody, or particularly either of them, have their rope like visible on the outside of their bag?
Okay, I was just about to...
I feel like that's usually where most people keep their rope, is coiled on the outside of their bag.
Yep.
Can I grab their rope and try to like loop it around the two of them 50 feet? And
Yeah,
then
I
loop
would
it
try to
around
help.
Zephyr?
Sorry, and loop it around the what?
And then loop it around Zephyr.
Sure. We'll say that is your action. Make me a survival check.
Underwater.
All right.
Let us see.
I'd say that's decent enough for a simple knot to hold. And then...
Then I just give Zephyr a shove.
Yeah, I'm just like, if they're not moving, I'm booking it while you're, as soon as you tie them to me.
Yep.
I'm gonna try to help like push them along.
Zephyr, what is your swimming speed?
I have a 30-foot swim speed.
Okay.
Are we gonna dash the fuck out?
I'm dashing.
All right. So, while dragging the two of them through the water. That speed is halved to 15, so you are dashing at a 30-foot per round rate, which would put everybody going just as fast as you are. Rowan going a little bit faster, actually, seeing how monk speed and all that. So, after the first 30 feet of movement, Ramona, you lose consciousness, going to 0 hit points, and I need you to make a death save. All right, that's one failure.
Mike, if you kill half the party in an underwater cave, that's gonna suck.
It would only be a third of the party.
Either way.
Can we see any indication
One or two
of,
people down, it's gonna suck.
of like where an exit might be?
Not that you could see. But
to Rowan.
Rowan, who is a little bit ahead of the rest of you because she's swimming faster, is like gesturing impatiently, come on, come on, come on. We need to go.
Yeah, we're going.
Yep.
As fast as we can.
Yeah.
Moving as fast as I
We're
can.
just following her.
Yep. Another 30 feet moving. Ramona, I need you to make another death save. All right, that's one success.
It's tense.
I hate it.
There are worse. I've been in worse situations. This is far better than some caves I've been in.
Let's just keep swimming.
Keep going. Let's just not worry about it.
Keep going.
All right. Another 30 feet. Ramona, another death save. All right, that's another failure. And as this would be after 3 rounds of movement, I need a death save from Xeris as well. All right, that's one success. At this point, everybody can see that there seems to be a opening in the pool. It seems to kind of like the tunnel ends, stopping at a 90-degree angle, and then goes up, and at the top of the 10-foot high tunnel, there is another circular pool opening about 50 feet away from you.
The second I see that there's an opening, can I can I speak a spell and like lose my breath and dimension door us?
That is exactly what would happen if you cast
Cool.
a spell with a focal component.
I'm doing that then.
All right. Who are you taking with you?
I'm taking Ramona with me.
All right. You take you grab a hold of Ramona, and cast your spell. And I'm assuming you're just teleporting like 50 feet to the opening, not going any farther.
Yeah. I mean, I'm getting us to the surface.
All right. Then you do so. You and Ramona teleport into an area of air, and you gasp in air yourself. as everybody else continues to move down the. I need before you can stabilize Ramona. However, I need her to make one more death save as well as another death save from Xeris.
I don't wanna.
I was gonna bonus action feed her a potion. No!
Ooh. Oh no. Okay.
All right. So, you guys are able to drag Xeris out into the air. Amity, you kind of flail to get Ramona on out of the water, and go ahead and make me a medicine check.
Okay.
There, Amity. Amity, as you go to try to put a potion into Ramona's mouth, seeing maybe that will help her, you find that Ramona is dead.
She's gonna start freaking out.
She drowned,
She's freaking
which
out.
draws the attention of everyone else as they pull Xeris out of the water.
I'm gonna try and
Guys,
stabilize Xeris first.
All right, make me a medicine check there, Vanya. All right. You're able to kind of tip Xeris over onto his side so that the water drains out of his lungs. And now that there's nothing holding the water in there, he's able to breathe, although he's still paralyzed and unconscious, but he is now stable.
And I'll cast Cure Wounds at second level.
All right. Go ahead and roll that. All right. Xeris, you are conscious, 7 hit points. However, you are still paralyzed.
Roger that.
And then I guess it's gonna turn to Amity.
She's just freaking out.
I am dropping wild shape.
I don't know if there's anything we can do. I don't think it can help.
I tried.
Oh god.
I tried really hard.
Can I do a quick medicine check to assess?
When you go to do it, she's like, I already did that.
Mm-hmm. Oh god.
Amity's gonna start. Amity's gonna cast floating disc and put Ramona on.
All right.
Maybe maybe the Oracle can help.
You better be able to help.
Whatever
He
they
doesn't-
are.
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
I don't have anything prepared for the day to deal with this. I have something, but not today.
What do you have?
It could bring her back. She just wouldn't look the same.
Find the Oracle. I'll have to make them fix it.
Maybe if the Oracle can't do something, maybe somebody at the temple can. There's spells that even if it's not in, might be able to do something. You should And then she finally takes a look around to figure out what the hell is around us.
Sure.
Yeah.
Around this time, Xeris, you would also find your body no longer paralyzed. So, Vanya, you look around and you see that this pool has led you to another circular room. This one a bit larger than the uh, one that you guys left. Uh, the pool is also not at the center of this room. It's just on the edge, and you can see in the center of the room is a large brazier that fills this entire room with the light of a fire. Around the brazier, you see four pillars that stretch up into the ceiling, made of a kind of bluish cobalt marble. This room, just like the last room, is kind of dome shaped. The walls rounding out into the ceiling, and looking around, you could see the light of the um, brazier lighting up the ceiling. There is a mural on the roof, a mural depicting fire, earth, water, and air.
Um, is there any? So that's on the ceiling.
Yes, the mural's on the ceiling.
Is there anything on the pillars?
Yes, as you kind of walk closer to the center of the room, closer to the brazier, you can see facing the brazier on the pillars are four lion heads.
Can we?
Is there any indication that like any symbols that might match up to? Like, is there any other symbols on the lions or on the pillars?
Let's see here.
Yeah, I was wondering if the mural lined up with the braziers.
You can see that each pillar rises up into a specific element on the ceiling.
It's one of those puzzles, ain't it?
And there's a matching lion head to each pillar.
Yeah, each pillar has a lion head on the pillar facing the brazier. And as you look around, you can also see at the far end of the room, opposite the side of the room where the pool is, you see another plaque, the glint of the firelight shining off its metal.
I've got an idea, but I'm not sure how it's going to work. I'm not sure if it'll work. And
What's your idea?
well, there's four lion heads, four pillars, four elements.
I'm assuming four braziers too.
Nope, just the one.
I was thinking we can get some form of each element into the mouth of a lion. Perhaps that will trigger something.
One way to find out.
I can
I will say that the lion heads, their mouths are closed.
their mouths are closed. Just gonna smack him in the face. No. I'm not gonna smack him in the face. Then maybe we need to get the lion mouths to open. And so perhaps we should aim our elements at the pillars.
just pour the. Um, I mean, I'm tempted to just pour water skiing into that break. See how that does.
It takes care of water. I can prestidigitate some air around one of the other pillars. And I mean, I think multiple of us have options for fire. Earth is kind of the more confusing one.
This is very Fifth Element.
Does anybody have any other suggestions?
Amity hasn't been paying any attention.
Yeah, she's been casting her spell.
Yes.
Which right about now, I'd say you finish casting the spell, and Ramona's body rises up. Like, how much is it? Like half a foot or an inch or something?
Well, actually, I didn't need to use. I didn't need the ritual cast anyway, since I have it as a tiefling thing.
Oh, my bad. I thought you were ritual
Yeah,
casting it.
you're good.
Okay.
You're good.
Then yeah, you would have gotten it right away. Never mind.
Yeah, she's not paying any goddamn attention though.
You
Amity.
get that as a tiefling?
I
What?
walk over to Amity.
What?
I gently put my hands on both of her shoulders. And I say, I know you're upset. I'm upset too, but we have to figure this out if we want to help her. And I need your help. I am not smart enough to figure this out. And I need your help.
We need all hands on deck here.
Fine. She walks and the floating
really?
disc just follows her around.
Perfect. There's the idea we currently have is to shoot an element at each of these pillars, corresponding to the one that is on the mural above us, and maybe something will happen.
So a reminder, there is also the plaque at the far end of the wall.
I forgot about the plaque entirely. I would like to walk over to the plaque at the far side of the wall.
I'll follow.
You walk over to the plaque and find that it is that same language that the last plaque was in.
Yeah, right.
Groans really loudly and just says there's the same.
Laris, I think we need you to read a thing again.
Do you need help standing up?
I might.
I'll walk over.
I'll put
get an arm
a
underneath him, and then I'll help him over.
I'll put a high level cure wounds in. $28 hit points.
Oh shit. So there you go. Zeris, you healed 28 hit points.
Thank you. And I will cast Comprehend Languages, not Ritual Cast.
Alright. You cast it and put your hand to the plaque, and the words morph once again. And it says, "Betwixt the chaos, our order reigns. The ones who made us refined the plains. As ages die, their time in ember. The four endure, the four remember."
The ones who refined planes.
The ones who made us refine the plains.
Would you be able to just copy and paste it into the Discord?
Please.
Sure.
Yeah, that way I can just put it right in the notes for us.
Hold on a second.
Then we don't have the other Tory here to actually type it right into the notes.
Alright. For some reason it's not letting me copy it, so I'm just gonna type it real quick.
This is one of like puzzles. You gotta take your time. Ironically, given the current situation.
Oh, and Tori can hear everything we're saying, so she can communicate via Roll20.
But she is on a delay since she's watching from the stream. So.
Yeah.
Which is probably close to 20 seconds.
Jeez, that's kind of a lot.
Well, the average is about 10-15, so I'm just giving it an extra few. Yeah, I was right about 20 seconds.
It's crazy that Discord just decided to not work for her at all.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe take a little
Stop
break
it.
right here and give her a chance to get back. A chance for some people to use the bathroom.
So,
Maybe.
do you need to use the bathroom, Joe?
No, I'm just saying, give her a chance to get back.
Yeah, sure, we can take a break right here. That's fine.
You know, just to give her a chance to try and get back onto Discord and whatnot.
Part 2 might be short, but yeah.
Well, yeah,
Give him
but still.
This puzzle may take a while.
Yeah, it might not be. It'd probably be good if she was able to actually be on the Discord. So, Tori, if you can, we're gonna probably just take a little 10-minute break. So try and come back as soon as you can, if you can.
And it's in Discord.
All right, putting it in the notes.
Okay, so we will be back in about 10-ish minutes. Okay, we are back. Hopefully Tori can hear us.
All right. So, yeah, you guys, you've come to this room. I've sent the what's written on the plaque to everybody. So, just a reminder of is um what is going on in this room. There's in the center of the room is a lit brazier that is providing light to the whole room. Around the brazier, there are 4 pillars. Each pillar has a lion's head that is facing the brazier, and the pillars stretch up into the domed ceiling, which has a mural depicting the 4 elements. So, what would the party like to do?
Okay. So, and you said there are like braziers that are empty
There is
besides the 5?
one brazier in the center of the room that is lit.
Okay.
It doesn't sound like it matters if we do it all at the same time. So what if we just tried something, see what happens?
Yeah.
If everybody wants to stand back, I can try something.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, please, try your thing.
Go for it.
I'm gonna walk up to the one that is connected to air. And I'll use prestidigitation to make a little puff of wind. See if anything.
Alright. You do a little puff of wind up against the. You're doing the pillar or the lion?
Let's do the lion first.
Alright. You cast your spell, and the puff of air glides over the lion, and you hear a grinding sound as the lion's mouth opens.
Alright, so Amity, you have that little fire bolt spell.
I have a scorching ray.
I also have a scorching ray. I was just hoping to aim for something less.
Yeah, I have cold, not
If you want, I can try the earth one real quick.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll give the lion's head a little thorn whip for the one that's connected to the earth section of the mural.
Alright. You thorn whip the earth, and nothing happens.
Oh, right.
Try to put it in the lion's mouth.
Lion's mouth is closed.
Try to put it on the lion. I don't know.
Alright, I'll try something here.
I will use my water skin and pour some water in the lion's mouth for the water tiller thing.
Alright. There's a grinding sound, and the mouth opens.
I'll dig a torch out of my bag. I'll light it.
I was just about to say that.
Pull it to the one with the lion's mouth. And with the fire pillar.
Alright, you do that, and that lion also opens its mouth.
And Nestor's didn't work.
No, the thorn whip did not affect the lion.
Oh, yeah.
I got some components from my druidic stuff, so I can.
Oh, I'm gonna I'm gonna try to find dirt on the.
Yeah, you kind of go looking around, and you can find like some like small like pebbles of marble that have kind of like fallen from the ceiling uh, uh, after all the time that this area has been here.
All right, I'll gather some and go put it on the last one.
All right, kind of drop the pebbles onto the lion's head, and the fourth mouth opens.
Weird.
Okay.
And there's like a little bit of a delay. And then on the ceiling, in the center of the ceiling, above the brazier, you see a hatch open, and a trail of sand starts to descend down from the ceiling.
Does it seem like a lot of sand or just a little bit of sand?
Just a little bit of sand.
Okay. Does it look like there's an easy way up into the hatch?
Not really. There's like there's nothing to like grab onto to like climb up into the hatch, as well as like there's the stream of sand that is coming in through the hatch.
Is it just like a steady stream?
It's a steady stream, yeah. And actually, as it descends down onto the brazier, pretty soon, the brazier is snuffed out by the sand.
Huh. This is just glorified light switch?
Oh, I could send Thorn to take a look.
Yeah, I'll take a look too.
I'll poof him back.
Just as you poof him back, suddenly, in this room, some wind starts to pick up in this room, even though there's no perceivable direction where it could be coming from. And as the wind picks up, it starts to kind of like form like a cyclone in the room around you guys, picking up the sand. So sand whips all around you in every direction, and you can't see anything. And then all of a sudden it stops, and you are no longer in the room with the pillars. As you
Did
take,
Ramona come with us?
yes, Ramona is with you.
She's on the disc floating 20 feet behind me.
Yeah. As you start to look around, the room lights up, braziers all around you, and at one end of the room, on a raised pedestal with a staircase leading up to the pedestal, lit by two large braziers, you see a large creature. This creature seems to have the body of a lion, wings of an eagle, and it, from its pedestal where it's sitting, it kind of rights itself and looks at all of you, and he says, "You've arrived. I have been waiting for you."
We've heard.
Sorry, what was that? I didn't hear you, Kayla.
Oh, we've heard.
Oh, okay. My name is Kamal Giori. I am the oracle of this land. You've come here to follow a task that was thrust upon you. I ask this. Do you wish to carry out this task?
Can you help our friend?
It is not within my power to decide who lives and who dies.
She got us here.
Died trying to get us here.
Also, the fact that she's the one who is here.
If that is true, then that must be her fate.
We've come too far for this.
You see this creature look at you expectantly, as if it's still waiting for a reply to its previous question.
What exactly do we have to do?
You have to find something that has been lost to time.
Bring back our friend.
The survival of the giants rely on it. If you do not wish to do this, that is your choice.
If you bring back my friend, I'll do it.
That is not within my power.
Then who can?
Perhaps one of the priests at my temple.
What would we have to do? What is the next step from?
In order to find how it has been lost to time, you must go to when it was not lost and find where it went.
A little less cryptic.
How do we go there?
So you will take up this task then? You must decide before I can take you on this journey.
We're not going anywhere with our friend still dead.
Also true.
Is that your decision?
Yeah.
If it means we have to find a better way back through here to see you again.
No one ever
Just
is allowed in this cavern twice. If you leave now, you will never return.
when we come back from what you will show us, will we be able to get back to your temple?
Yes.
The temple.
It will be as if no time had passed.
Fine. I'm in.
Fine.
He looks to the rest of you.
I'm with them. So yeah.
Same.
He looks to you, Amity.
Fine. Whatever.
Very well. He gets up from where he was sitting and starts descending down the stairs towards all of you. As he gets closer, you start to realize just how big he is. And then when he descends off of the stairs, there is another sandstorm tornado. And all of you are standing in a hallway, and there are large statues to each side, each one depicting a different giant. And he says, each of the statues depicted here is a paragon of giant kind. Take a moment, look at them, and decide which one you will become.
I'm sorry. What? What? How?
You will travel back to when the item was not lost. And as these heroes, you will seal it away to where it remains to this day. You will not be yourselves. However, you will remember your own lives while you are inhabiting theirs.
All right. Is there anything particular, like, does anything stand out about each statue?
Yes. As you start looking around, looking at the different statues, you find that each one of them is different. There are 6 statues. The first one is the tallest of the statues. You can see that it is a giant that its armor almost seems to be what we would consider Greek in its style, kind of like a hoplite with a fringe going down the middle of the helmet with leather straps to protect the wearer. And you can see that it is holding what seems to be a glass sphere in its hand. You can the next statue is quite a bit shorter than the first one. This one is wearing what seems to be full metallic plate armor and holds a giant greatsword on its shoulder. The next one down the line, you notice it doesn't really seem to be wearing any armor, and it actually seems to be depicting that it's almost hovering off the ground, carved so that it's kind of like levitating in a kind of like airstream around it. The next one is a tall, lanky giant that you can see has, next to the club that hangs from its belt, what seem to be stoneworking tools. The next one down the line has patchwork armor, giving it kind of a barbaric look, and a large double-sided axe that sits in front of its feet. And the last one, the smallest of the giants, is also the whitest of the giants, as it is a fat, bulbous giant that is carrying what looks to be some kind of animal over its shoulder. Judging by the hooves, you could guess maybe like a cow or an elk or something. And those are the 6 statues that lie before.
So we just need to pick one.
Yep.
I'll walk up to the one in patchwork armor.
All right.
Which one is the most visually appealing?
What's that?
I said, which one is the most visually appealing?
What do you mean by visually appealing?
I don't know.
Like,
Nice looking. Not
like
not
the one
gross.
with like the best clothes, or what?
I guess, just not gross looking.
Which one's the prettiest?
Yeah.
That would probably be the floating one.
Then
Would
I'll
be
do-
the prettiest.
Amity would walk over to the floating one.
Okay.
Basically, everyone except the hill giant is what you're looking for.
All right. Rowan walks up to the one in full plate armor.
Are these essentially each different type of giant?
Yes, they are all a paragon of their race.
I feel like a list would be helpful here, Mike.
A what?
I feel like a list would be helpful here, Mike.
I took
Well,
notes. Them in Discord.
what you got left is the one that looks like a Greek warrior, the one that is tall and lanky with stone working tools, and the fat one.
I'll take the one with the tools.
All right. Xeris, that leaves you with the Greek warrior or the fat one.
I'll take the fat one.
All right, the fat one it is.
So bad for Sarah, she gets stuck with the old giant.
I think he actually cares which one.
So, as you all stand in front of your chosen statue, the
Just
creature says, "You've made your choice, so it shall be." And with that, the sandstorm rips up once again, and moments later, each of you finds yourself inhabiting the body of said giant. And that's where we're going to end tonight.
I'm stupid. Ramona's gonna be fine.
So, I'm just gonna be like your favorite DM now, because not only did a character die tonight, I'm also gonna give you homework.
Ah, fuck.
You son of a bitch.
For next week, I would like each of you to come up with who your giant paragon is. Tori, if you like, you could be the Greek warrior one that nobody picked and come up with one for that.
She's made a choice in Roll20. I'll take the one in full armor with the great sword.
The other
No,
Tori.
not that
The
Tori.
other
The
Tori.
Tori that's character.
The Tory that's
The
actually
dead
on Discord right
The
now.
dead one. Oh.
Yeah. So
We can bring her back.
Oh,
a
God.
bit more interesting of a roleplay situation for you, Tori, seeing how you won't be Ramona in this giant's body. You'll just be the giants. But storm giants are the most powerful, so I feel like it's an even trade.
Oh, shit. I forgot she was thinking that one.
So yeah, come up with a name and skill set for your giant, and I will set it up for you in game here. And next week we will play the crazy everybody is playing a giant side story that I have prepared.
Can you clarify which one is like which race of giant?
Yes, so Vanya picked the frost giant. Rowan picked the fire giant. Amity picked the cloud giant. Zephyr picked the stone giant. And Zaris picked the hill giant. And then the one that was not picked was the storm giant.
I'm good. gonna assume that our abilities do not carry over to this.
No. You'll know, like, you'll remember having those abilities, but it's gonna be a fun little role play thing as your characters try to their new body.
We're gonna be strong.
We're
You are
essentially
gonna be
just-
strong.
We are essentially just
And
playing the
Zarus is still
monsters
gonna
in
try
the
and shoot
situation.
Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, it's gonna be real funny.
So are we gonna need to roll stats, or what's?
No, I'll take care of the stats for that.
So
Yeah.
we literally just need to come up with a name.
A name and like a kind of like a backstory. If you need information about the giants, I can provide you with that as well.
Yes, please.
Like the giants specifically for which one you picked.
And just so you guys are aware, I am not here next week, so don't ask me.
Okay.
Yeah, I figured this had something to do with that.
Actually, it has nothing to do with that. It just kind of worked out that
Yep.
way.
That's just how the timing worked.
Well, I'm super excited to smack things with a frost giant.
And if y'all link
I
y'all
need to go to
some-
bed.
Yeah, I need to go to bed too.
Am I also out of town next week? When does that camping trip start?
For you guys, it's like Thursday or Friday.
Is it Thursday? Okay, I can't remember. Oh, I know why. Because we're after midnight, I got confused with the dates. Thursday it would be 25th, not Wednesday. Got it. All right, cool. So yeah, if you guys have any other questions, you can let me know. And yeah, have a good night.
Yeah, you too.
Gonna be on a while, seeing as how I now have a lot of
Homework.
reading to do.
And I'm going to end the stream here.
Yeah.
So thank you, Tori, for watching. And we
Hey,
will figure this all out next week.
On behalf of the other me, you're welcome. Guess we're both Tory.
Oh, great.
I should have just gone to bed. I didn't have to play. I worked until 12 o'clock.
Well, if we would have roleplayed for you and then killed you, we would have felt really, really bad.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I would have felt.
So it's
even
better
worse.
that you were here to die
Uh-huh.
instead of one of us controlling you and killed you accidentally.
Yeah, the guilt would be immense. Oh no,
Okay.
I'm the person. No one wants to be
And-
the person who has to say, "Oh, I'm the one who killed off your character."
All right, ending the stream. Thank you for watching.